level of abuse that you and others I know received this weekend. I mean, is it something that you just have to accept, or is it something that's taking the game in a dangerous direction?
No, I don't think we should ever accept that in golf.
Did you speak to him in there? How's he doing? Do you know?
No idea. Didn't talk to me once all day.
Did you try and initiate conversation with Rory at all?
I wouldn't talk to him.
We're trying to win the Masters. I'm not going to try to be his best mate out there. Yeah, look, everyone approaches the game.
I love the banter up there, but they can't be saying miss it. They can't be saying miss it, miss it.
Tensions flaring at the Ryder Cup. We saw Scotty Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau paired up with Tommy Fleetwood and Justin Rose. Justin Rose was not happy where Jibo, Bryson's caddy, was standing when it was Justin Rose's turn.
Bethpage Black didn't just host a Ryder Cup, it turned into a full-on street fight dressed up as golf. For real, at one point, it looked like we were seconds away from a WWE main event. Fans were chucking beer cans, caddies were jawing at players, and by Saturday, Bryson DeChambeau and Rory McIlroy were right in the middle of the storm. Bryson was flexing like he just landed a knockout punch, and Rory fired right back. Boom! The internet lit up instantly. Clips everywhere, comments flying, and even pros were saying, "No, I don't think we should ever accept that in golf." That line alone went viral. So here's the question. Was this golf's darkest meltdown, or the wildest entertainment the sport's ever seen? Stay locked in, because what went down next turned the Ryder Cup upside down. Bethpage Black in Farmingdale, New York, September 26th to 28th, 2025. That course lived up to its savage rep. Loud, mean, and completely ruthless. But the real violence? It wasn't on the greens. It was in the crowd. By day one, reports were rolling in. American fans took rowdy to a whole new level. Are you kidding me? The heckling crossed every line imaginable. What started as chants turned into straight-up insults. And before long, beer cans were flying through the air like tee shots. Officials were scrambling, ejecting fans, tightening security, literally begging the crowd to chill out. But spoiler alert, nobody did. On the course, Team USA and Team Europe were going punch for punch, trading birdies like body shots. But forget the leaderboard. Every headline was about the madness. ABC News, ESPN, all blasting footage of chaos, confrontation, and the wildest crowd golf's ever seen. Social media was flooded with shaky phone clips of fans screaming at European players. And the comments? Brutal. Even the commentators couldn't spin it. This wasn't friendly banter anymore. This was straight-up verbal warfare broadcast live to millions. Golf didn't just lose its cool, it shattered it. And that's the thing. The Ryder Cup has always thrived on emotion, pride, and country-first energy. But Bethpage 2025, that wasn't passion. That was full-blown carnival chaos. The fans weren't just heckling. They were living rent-free inside players' heads. It got so bad, on-course meltdowns started popping up one after another. By Saturday, that home advantage everyone bragged about turned into a PR disaster live on TV.
And while those guys are finishing up, Bryson DeChambeau is battling back from being down 5 through 7 holes, and he ends up tying his match. Like, in Europe's eyes, they probably think the Ryder Cup should be.
The tension was thick, the pressure insane, and every fan watching knew it. This cup wasn't about who could sink the most putts anymore. It was about who could survive the madness. It wasn't about birdies or fairways anymore. It was about who could survive the madness. At one point, it honestly looked like a brawl was about to break out right on the green. Then came Saturday's 4-ball match, the spark that turned the Ryder Cup from intense competition into pure chaos. Hole 15, that brutal par 3, tight pin, screaming crowd, nerves hanging by a thread. You could feel it in the air. Everyone knew this wasn't just golf anymore. It was survival. For a second, it looked less like the Ryder Cup and more like a WWE face-off with wedges instead of fists. That Saturday 4-ball showdown gave us the clip, the one that defined Bethpage 2025. Hole 15 was pure madness. Tight setup, fans going feral, and players barely keeping it together. Justin Rose stepped up, laser-focused, eyes deadlocked on the hole. Just a few feet away, Bryson DeChambeau's caddy, Greg Bodine, crouched low, reading the green like it was a secret code. Rose drained the putt, smooth, clean, cold-blooded, but then he snapped. He shot a sharp gesture and barked at Bodine to move out of the way. And that's when everything exploded. Bryson's crew fired back instantly, voices raised, arms flailing. "Try me!"
With all that in mind, everything you go through, how satisfying is it to turn around to someone and say, quote, "Shut the F up," and then stiff it to 2 feet?
Very satisfying.
Energy dripping from every move. You could feel it. The tension hit like a spark in a gas leak. They stepped closer, no one blinking, no one backing off. Cameras zoomed in like sharks smelling blood while officials sprinted over, trying to stop what looked seconds away from a full-blown shove fest. It only lasted a few seconds, but in Ryder Cup history, a few seconds can echo forever. NBC Sports caught every glare, every twitch, every ounce of anger. ESPN replayed it like it was the Zapruder film. And Twitter erupted. Fans dubbed it the Bethpage blow-up within minutes. Was it mind games? Was it a respect issue? Or just two teams cracking under 48 straight hours of pressure, booze, and chaos? Depends who you ask. But one image said it all. Justin Rose, the veteran, drawing his line in the sand. And Bryson, the American powerhouse, standing tall, refusing to back down. Right there, in that tiny greenside flash, golf's precious etiquette shattered in front of the world. The crowd couldn't get enough. Every replay went viral. Suddenly, nobody cared about who would lift the trophy. It was all about who'd win the fight. The line between passion and poison blurred completely. Were these wild crowds what make the cup electric? Or did we just watch golf cross a line it can't step back from? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this debate's on fire. Fans were split, half calling it passion, half calling it pure madness. And as always, Bryson did what Bryson does best. He grabbed the mic and flipped the chaos into a headline.
I was focused on myself and what I needed to do. And that's really all that it was. It wasn't anything against him or against it. Just I felt that's what I needed to do to try to get the best out of myself.
In his post-round interview, he brushed it off like it was nothing more than Ryder Cup intensity. Classic Bryson move. But he didn't stop there. Oh no. He leaned right into the rivalry, smirking as he said, "Europe knows how to work a crowd," and reminding everyone that players need to respect positioning on the greens. You could almost hear the smirk in his voice. That's Bryson, always doubling down while everyone else is trying to cool off. And then came the kicker, the subtle jab, the name drop without the name drop. When they asked Bryson if he felt targeted, he gave that trademark smirk and said, "Certain Europeans always seem to bring the drama." Everyone in the room knew exactly who he meant. Rory McIlroy. And Rory? He'd already been torching the crowd's behavior in every presser that week. So yeah, the headlines exploded overnight. Bryson calls out Rory, screamed every outlet. Did he literally say it? Not quite. But did he pour gasoline on the narrative? Oh, absolutely. Sky Sports leaned hard into the chest-thumping showdown story. Golf Magic twisted his respect quote into a headline. And just like that, Bryson was suddenly painted as the all-American gladiator, standing tall inside golf's modern-day Coliseum. Was it smart PR or just pure chaos? Probably both. That's Bryson.
At one point, I thought we were going to have an all-out WWE brawl.
Part genius, part storm. The loudest man in the room and somehow always the most misunderstood. He lives for this kind of energy. He doesn't just handle pressure, he feeds on it. Bethpage was his stage, hecklers screaming, cameras tracking his every move, and the media spinning every word into viral theater. Whether he actually has beef with Rory or not, almost doesn't matter. Bryson knows one rule about the Ryder Cup better than anyone. Perception counts just as much as points. and he played that mental game like a master showman. But while Bryson leaned into the noise, Rory tried everything to block it out. The Northern Irishman was in a war zone all week. Chants, jeers, and straight-up personal digs echoing through the crowd. What started as typical US rowdiness went from fun rivalry to flat-out disrespect. By Saturday, Rory snapped. NBC's cameras caught the moment. He froze mid-round, jaw locked, eyes blazing, then unleashed a fierce verbal clapback at a group of hecklers. The clips blew up online within minutes. Rory had finally hit his breaking point. You could see it, the fire in his veins, the fury in his stare. He told fans straight up, enough is enough. No filter, no PR mask, just raw emotion. And when he hit the press conference after, he didn't hold back. He called parts of the crowd abusive. But then came the bombshell. Reports claimed a beer can actually hit his wife in the gallery. That one moment flipped the entire story. This wasn't just golf rage anymore. This was personal. Rory told reporters, there's passion, and then there's crossing the line. That line became the quote of the week. The media devoured it like it was breaking news from a scandal. Overnight, Rory wasn't just Europe's top gun. He became golf's moral compass, the one brave enough to say what everyone else was thinking. Respect ends where chaos begins. But here's the crazy twist. Chaos sells. The more Rory scolded the crowd, the more viral the clips got. Every outburst was trending. The chants didn't die down. They got louder. Social media split right down the middle. Hashtag respect for Rory versus hashtag let them play. American fans called him soft, while European supporters hailed him as a warrior under fire. And the visuals? Too perfect to ignore. Bryson grinning through the beer-soaked madness while Rory fumed through the insults. Pure cinematic contrast. Fire and ice, swagger and fury. Two titans feeding off opposite sides of the storm. If Bryson wanted a rivalry, Rory just signed the other half of the contract live in front of millions. By Sunday, the Ryder Cup wasn't about pars or birdies anymore. It was Bryson versus Rory. Chaos made flesh on both sides of the Atlantic. Two stars, two mentalities, both fueling a rivalry golf hasn't seen in years. So tell me, are you Team Bryson or Team Rory? Smash that subscribe button to catch every twist in this feud, because this war is just getting started. And buried beneath all that chest-thumping drama, there's a smaller subplot, one everyone overlooked, and it might just change everything. The caddies. Usually, the caddies, the silent shadows of golf, stay out of the spotlight. But at Bethpage, they became part of the chaos. Greg Bodine, Bryson's right-hand man, turned into the lightning rod of the whole tournament. That moment Justin Rose told him to step aside on the 15th hole wasn't just a heated spark, it was the match that lit the fire. All week long, cameras kept catching caddies sneaking into sightlines, leaning over putt paths, and hovering just a little too close for comfort. In golf, that's like waving a red flag in front of a bull. The sacred code of etiquette, the glue holding the sport together, had officially turned into a war zone. Rose's outburst wasn't just irritation, it was a veteran drawing a line, demanding respect for the game. But when Bryson's camp fired back, it was clear. Team USA was making a statement of their own. We're not backing down, not even an inch. And when the chaos finally cleared, Europe raised the trophy. But let's be real, the score didn't matter anymore. What stuck were the bruises, both physical and reputational. Fans got tossed out, players were rattled, and the headlines screamed of abuse, brawls, and broken etiquette. This Ryder Cup wasn't just golf. It was a spectacle, teetering on WWE territory. And when the dust settled, the fallout split golf's world into three sides. First, the sportsmanship police, demanding tighter fan control, tougher rules, and even questioning if Bethpage should ever host again. Second, the player accountability crew, claiming that stars like Bryson and Rory needed thicker skin and cooler heads. And third, the chaos lovers, the fans who swore this wild energy is what makes the Ryder Cup unforgettable. Golf Digest and Golf.com went full detective mode, zooming in on every caddy move like it was crime scene footage. Was Bodine really blocking Rose's line? Was it innocent positioning or a mind game? Nobody could agree, And that's exactly why it blew up. Because in Ryder Cup culture, one small move can become myth. One crouch, one glance, suddenly it's headline-level gamesmanship. Outside the ropes, fans were losing it. Inside the ropes, etiquette was getting dissected like never before. That tiny flash between Rose and Bodine turned into days of debate, viral clips, and millions of views. The caddies stole the spotlight, proving that sometimes the quietest figures on the green make the biggest noise. So what do you think? Harmless intensity or straight up disrespect? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, share your take, and make sure to subscribe to Fairway Secrets, your home for wild golf stories, untold rivalries, and pure sports drama that doesn't pull punches. Nobody tried to sugarcoat what happened next. Bryson kept leaning into his tough guy act, calling anyone who couldn't handle the pressure mentally weak and brushing off the chaos as just part of the game. Meanwhile, Rory doubled down, demanding that organizers finally draw a line between passion and pure abuse. You could feel how real it had become, not just competition, but conviction. Justin Rose and other veterans tried to stay calm, but their faces on that 15th hole said everything. Behind the scenes, officials were already reviewing footage and security reports, quietly admitting Bethpage had turned into a carnival of chaos. And the biggest twist? This feud's not going anywhere. Those clips of Rory snapping at hecklers and Bryson smirking through the madness, they'll live forever. That's the beauty of it. Both sides pretending to downplay the rivalry while secretly feeding it. Because the truth is, the Ryder Cup doesn't just survive chaos, it thrives on it. The drama, the pride, the edge, it's what keeps golf alive and unpredictable. So tell me, should golf keep its edge or bring back the calm? Drop your take below. Smash that like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to Fairway Secrets for more stories that shake up the greens. Bethpage 2025 proved one thing, that razor-thin line between passion and chaos. It cuts deep. The final score might fade into history, but this rivalry, Bryson versus Rory, respect versus rebellion, it's here to stay. So what do you think? Was Bethpage a total disgrace to golf, or the Ryder Cup's most electrifying showdown ever? Drop your thoughts below, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Fairway Secrets, where every swing tells a story and every rivalry leaves a mark.